Ever dreamed of being a flight attendant for Ryanair? Fantasized about the glamour, the travel, the lifestyle? Imagine jetting off to exciting destinations at the drop of a hat. One day you're sipping espresso in Rome, the next you're enjoying paella in Barcelona. Sounds thrilling, doesn't it? Now let's talk about the people. The people. You'll meet more people in a day than most do in a month. From the seasoned travelers to the first-time flyers, each passenger brings a new story. You'll be the life of the party, the host of a 30,000 feet high social gathering. And the flexibility? Oh, the flexibility. You might think being a yoga instructor offers flexibility, but wait till you're juggling time zones like a pro. Your body clock will be more confused than a chameleon in a bag of Skittles. Sounds like a dream job, right? Well, hold on to your seatbelts because we're about to hit some turbulence. But what if I told you that the shiny brochure doesn't tell the whole story? You see, beneath the glossy allure of jet-setting and high-flying adventure lurks a harsh reality. Picture this: endless hours spent on your feet, hustling through narrow airplane aisles dealing with passengers who've forgotten their manners on the ground. The clock's hands seem to have a vendetta against you, turning tirelessly, stretching your workdays into long, grueling shifts. But hey, at least the pay is grand, right? Well, let's just say you'd be hard-pressed to find a pot of gold at the end of this high-altitude rainbow. The compensation barely covers the basics. And remember, in this airborne bazaar, your performance is gauged not just by your hospitality, but by the number of perfumes, snacks, and lottery tickets you manage to peddle mid-flight. Ah, the customers. Some are a delight, yes, but others? They've turned the art of being difficult into their personal in-flight entertainment. From the disgruntled businessman demanding an impossible upgrade, to the unruly child using your leg as a kick drum, you're expected to handle it all with a smile that rivals the brightness of the overhead cabin lights. You'd think the company would have your back, right? But alas, the management seems to be more elusive than a seat with extra legroom on a budget flight. Their focus, it seems, is firmly fixed on the bottom line, with employee well-being often relegated to the back seat. And let's not forget CrewLink, the invisible puppeteer pulling the strings. Their promises might seem as enticing as an empty row on a packed flight, but remember, not all that glitters is gold. Trusting them is like trusting a toddler with your passport, a risky business indeed. So there you have it. A day in the life of a Ryanair cabin crew member, far from the glamorous adventure it's often made out to be. It's a tough gig, no doubt, requiring resilience, patience, and a knack for sales that would put a seasoned bazaar trader to shame. And you thought turbulence was only something you experienced in flight. And then there's CrewLink, the middleman in this sky-high soap opera. Now, if you've ever been involved in any kind of drama, you know, the middleman is always a character of intrigue, and CrewLink is no different. They're the puppet masters, pulling the strings behind the scenes, orchestrating the hiring process for Ryanair's cabin crew. But let's just say, CrewLink isn't exactly winning any popularity contests. They've garnered quite the reputation, and it's not for their charm and charisma. No, they're more known for their, how shall we put it, questionable business practices. You see, they've got a flair for the mysterious, the elusive, the opaque. They're like the magicians of the recruitment world, always keeping you guessing, never revealing their secrets. Applying for a role through CrewLink is like trying to navigate a maze in the dark. There's a lack of transparency that would make a politician blush. You're never quite sure where you stand or what you're signing up for. And don't get me started on the hidden fees. It's as if they've taken a leaf out of a budget airline's book, always finding new and creative ways to lighten your wallet. And the contracts, oh, the contracts, they're the kind of documents that would give a lawyer a headache. Filled with jargon and loopholes, they're designed to keep you in the dark, just where they want you. But let's not forget the humor in all of this. It's like a comedy of errors, really. You gotta laugh, otherwise you might just cry. It's almost admirable, the audacity of it all. CrewLink, the puppeteer, playing its game, pulling the strings, always one step ahead. So, there you have it, folks. CrewLink, the middleman, the master of illusion, the puppet master. They're a key player in this sky-high drama, a character you can't ignore. And yet, you can't help but wonder, are they friend or foe? CrewLink, because who doesn't love a middleman with a side of deception? So, is the Ryanair flight attendant job really the dream job it's made out to be? Well, let's just say that the glossy advertisements and the reality are as different as night and day. Imagine a job where you're promised a life of jet-setting adventures, and instead, you're handed a schedule that would make even a robot malfunction. Picture being told you'll be a part of a family, and then finding out that this family has a convenient habit of forgetting about you when you need them the most. Oh, and let's not forget about the grand illusion of being a high-flying attendant. In reality, you're more grounded than a teenager who's just been caught sneaking out. In this job, you'll learn the art of survival, the skill of making the most of your meager resources, and the knack of smiling through it all. So, who's ready to sign up for this dream job? I mean, who doesn't love a good dose of reality with their dreams? So there you have it, the not-so-glamorous truth about being a Ryanair flight attendant. The idea of cruising through the clouds might seem enchanting, but the reality is far from that. Long hours, low pay, and a work environment that's about as welcoming as a porcupine at a balloon party. Let's not forget our dear friends at CrewLink. Oh, CrewLink, the recruitment company that promises a career of jet-setting adventures, but delivers something more akin to a never-ending game of snakes and ladders. You're constantly climbing up only to slide back down, thanks to their questionable practices. We encourage you to do your own research, to dig a little deeper. Don't just take our word for it. After all, informed decisions are the best decisions. So, next time you dream of soaring the skies with Ryanair, remember, every cloud has a silver lining, but sometimes it's not made of silver, it's just really, really gray.